Want to take your content to the next level? Nathan has you covered. All you have to do is follow this simple 3-step plan. First, sneak into a secret Microsoft warehouse. Second, start hallucinating and even barf. Third, and most importantly third, discover that Microsoft discovered ancient aliens to create their Xbox marketing strategy. Blah blah, get turned into an alien, blah blah. Oh yeah, make sure you're recording the whole thing so you can post it. So I probably should have mentioned that before. That's step 0. Step 0, make sure you're recording. Today we are doing a video on an indie horror game. Now, you might be wondering why. And when you ask why, I say sty. You have a sty in your eye, and you should potentially speak to a optometrist about that. Now. Why am I making this video on this game? Because this is secretly an Iguazu game. No, actually, this is an indie game. The dev himself, Mr. Seth O'Dale, sent me to check out. And while this isn't sponsored, and he didn't ask me to make a video, I asked if I could anyway. 7 months ago. But hey, Mr. O'Dale, we made it. I got time for things again, so let's do things. Again, habilis or habilis, or if you're special, habilis, is a game about exactly that scenario I mentioned a moment ago. While I threw in Microsoft's name, you can substitute any current tech giant's name, and that is what this is. You play as Nathan, sneaking into a tech company's secret facility. This tech company happened to invent wireless outlets or something. I don't know. That was easy to miss. You just kind of threw it out there. I think they also do geothermal energy stuff. You know, very cool, very epic gamer YouTuber things. But after you sneak in, you start discovering some pretty spooky stuff. Hallucinations? And monsters? Yeah, it's a break-in for your YouTube video, and then the spookies happen. And so here's how I understood the story. We're just going to start with the story. You go through and you find audio logs about the project they're working on and their communication with the Mother Base, which he actually just released a game about where, from the looks of it, it's very Doom 3 style, which I gotta say, I like Doom 3. I like the boom, and the doom, and the gloom, and the goom. And basically this company discovered an ancient box which gave the frequency of 33.33 hertz, which provided instructions or blueprints for some sort of Stargate-looking machine, this big portal thing. And as you uncover this, you see more and more spooky things. Discover that alongside this box, or potentially the Stargate machine, came some sort of sickness, which led to the company to develop some sort of implant for the sickness. Whether it was with the ancient thing's plan to infect the people further with the implant, or this is an actual cure, is unclear. Regardless, at some point, both the Mother Base and the facility are inside, and in everyone's death or disappearance, and these creatures are still here. Or maybe they're not, they're kind of hallucination, but they're sealed inside as instructed until, of course, you uncover them, get infected, and unleash the portal. You know, regular YouTuber, vlogger things. A few highlights for me about this story is the actual YouTube vlogger aspect. It shows a bit of inspiration from the Resident Evil 7 demo, or that section of the game where you put in a tape that was recorded and it's you playing through it, while putting an interesting spin on it. I'm sure it's been done before, but I do like the way it was handled here. And also specifically the part where Nathan, your character, is taken over and starts arguing with a voice that you cannot hear in his head. He just starts arguing with it. It's pretty cool, pretty spooky.
No, I'm not going to say that.
Overall, I'm really intrigued by the world that's set up in this short time. It is a short game. It's only about 45 minutes, somewhere around there. And while I wish it was a little longer to flesh it out, it seems like the dev is going to flesh it out over multiple different style experiences, different games, which I'm okay with. I have no real cons other than wanting to know more about exactly what happened here and see more characters' perspectives. Now, past the story, let's talk about the presentation, from the visuals to the sound design. The graphics are fair. They look fine without being demanding on my PC. A few stutter issues, but that happened less than 5 times. I like the art style, from the forest to the interiors of the facility and even the monster designs. This is an indie horror game, so don't expect a AAA level detail where you can see the beads of sweat pour down the monster's face. But I'd say as far as an indie horror experiences, especially, that this looks good. Same goes for the sound design. I like the sounds of the doors and the electronics, the spooky sounds, the droning. That's what it's called. I couldn't remember it when I was writing it. And the crunches of the monster nearby is very nice, very, very spooky, very scary. Which can segue pretty easily into the gameplay. This is your regular walking horror game. Interact with audio logs, open doors. Door doesn't open yet, so you progress further to open the door until you encounter the monster chase sequence, which there is only one monster chase sequence, but this game is fairly short. Like I said, about 45 minutes. It took me 42 minutes to beat it, actually. And that's including a death by monster, which I had to redo the section a bit. The most intricate this game gets is during the monster chase. During this section, you unlock cabinets you can hide in, a key card to pick up, a monster to run from, a power switch to hit, and a door to unlock with said key card. That is the whole section, but it lasts maybe 5 to 10 minutes, something like that. Now, before I continue, let me preface by saying I am a horror game baby. I think I've beaten maybe one spooky game in my life, and that was RE2 on PS1, so take that as you will. I can't think of another game I played because I just get too spooked. I chicken out, I baby out. Oh, I did that Silent Hill game that was free on PlayStation, which, by the way, I should get an award for having finished that last chase sequence. That was beyond brutal. But once I got caught by the monster and understood what he was capable of, I got a lot more confidence. And unlike the only other monster chase I've played, this one felt really fair. That once you got the layout of this little area, you could conquer it pretty easy, as you have infinite stamina and can outrun him. The game ends with you getting more voice logs about the ancient technology and what exactly happened right before it was finished and a little after, and opening the door to this massive creature. Very cool, very Lovecraftian. Love seeing him hang from the ceiling or maybe standing up. Can't even tell because it's kind of in darkness. Very cool. And this is presumably the thing that is talking to Nathan in his head. And he tells you to turn the machine on, you do, and you step in. When you wake up, you're outside the facility, camera falls, shows Nathan has been transformed, and whatever this is has been unleashed onto the world. I think that pretty much covers everything for the game. Game's short, it's only $3. It's, again, not a sponsorship, but I wanted to check out the game, and it inspired me to kind of make a quick little video. I do think it's a fair price, $3, give it a try. If you don't want to spend the $3, there's a demo you can try out. Again, not a sponsorship, but I think the story is really interesting. I think he could really add more to it as he goes with new games and new entries and just things like that. I do think the story and setting is very interesting, even if the gameplay is nothing incredibly unique or never been done before. I suppose it's the same thing, just said different ways. So yeah, I'd also love to try Mr. O'Dale's other title if given the opportunity. But for the meantime, I do recommend giving this game a go. See if the world grabs you like it did me, because I do think he's writing something interesting here. And I'm curious to see where it goes. Alright, I'm going to go try not to make more shit posts. Some people can't handle April Fool's videos. Alright, bye-bye. I'm going to go play more games to review.